like everything else people are trying, the reason why it's not working is because like when you send in anything to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, there's not a person that's reading these letters, right? There's not a person that's going to open up these letters. They're not going to sit there and read these letters. Like it's an actual person that they will open the letter and they'll feed it right through a machine.
Whoa. So computers over here reading those reports?
Yes. Because you got to think about it. There's millions of people in the United States that has a credit report. There's another set of millions of people that has bad credit. Like you got letters coming in from all over the place. There's not a physical person that can actually sit there and be like, oh, her cat died. She had a death in the family. Like there's not a person that can sit there and read them. So like what happens is Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they have a system in place where they will open up the letters, feed it through a machine, and it will go ahead and read out the dispute letters. So the thing about these letters that is reading Metro 2 letters. All right, so welcome back to Motion and Success, and we are bringing in another episode of Motion and Success. Listen, this is one of the episodes where it's just the host, man. Yeah. Like it's literally just the host on this episode. Usually bringing, those great guests, banger guests, but we thought, I'm like, yo, we gotta have our own episodes where people get to know us. You know what I mean? So we wanted to bring in an episode where we're giving you guys the game, giving you guys more expertise of what we do, get you guys in tune to what we do, and just bring you guys into our own lives and show you how we think, how we actually talk, and some of the things that we got planned for ourselves, right? So my name is Cody, and I got my co-host with me right now, Ayo.
It's Ayo, same two hosts, and we back with another episode, but this one's going to be a little different. So I know a lot of the times we bring in a lot of great guests on, we got real estate, credit, we got a lot of great people and we're really giving you guys a lot of game. But today we're going to do something different. You guys are going to tap in with us, the host.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be dope, bro. Yeah. This one's going to be dope. So yeah, let's jump into it. So today, Cody's going to be giving y'all a game on credit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's that time.
Yeah. If y'all don't know, credit, Cody is really, really like the guy you want to tap into for credit, business funding, and all of those things. So I thought he'd share his expertise with y'all. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So tell him, like, how'd you jump into the credit game? Like, how did it start off?
So it's kind of crazy because I had like a long backstory when it comes to credit. And at one point when I had started doing the credit industry, it's not something that I wanted to do. It was mainly I wanted to get into the trucking business at the time. Matter of fact, let me take it a step back. I was actually in the network marketing space. So we was recruiting for Forex, all of that stuff.
Yeah. And not always us though, the Forex.
Yeah, so that's what really got me tuned into the into like the business entrepreneur stuff. Crazy thing is I got invited to go to an event. That event was like a life-changing event. I was around like, a lot of people that were making like $50,000 a month, $25,000 a month, $10,000 a month.
What event was that?
It was a network marketing event. It was in Queens by LaGuardia Airport, around that area. And this lady randomly approached me and she said, hey, you want to come out to the event? I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing nothing. So I just pulled up. At that time, I was probably like 19 years old. And I just went. And from there, I was sold. Like, sold. I'm hearing people retire their moms. I'm hearing people quit their jobs. I'm seeing the guys wearing the big old jewelry. And that was fascinating. You know what I mean? So I was in there and I was just stoked. I'm hearing guys coming from prison and they're just changing their lives. I'm like, wow, if you can do it, I know I can do it for sure, too. So from there, I left that industry and pretty much I was just watching, and crazy thing is I was watching podcasts like this. I was up watching Social Proof, EYL, and then I came across an episode with a guy named Alex Good Energy, and he sold me on the trucking game, and from there I started, learning the trucking industry. I wanted to get into that. I wanted to do this dispatching, and it just didn't work out, right? It didn't work out. It didn't work. It didn't go good. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just buy a truck, So my mindset around like 20 years old, I'm like, let me just buy a truck because everything comes on a truck. You know what I mean? Like everything comes on a truck. And everything is moving from point A to point B. So I'm like, it would make sense. I get a truck, I would never be out of business. So that was my assumption. I went down to a conference at Circle of CEOs. That's the same conference that we had met at. My intentions was to learn more about the trucking industry.
Yeah.
You know, I learned about the truck industry, learned about credit as well while we was there. Then I came back. Crazy thing is, 2 weeks later, my credit went from like a 750 all the way down to 600.
Whoa. How did that happen, bro?
I had a $200 collection from Verizon. It was like a cable bill that reported on my report. And then I'm like, fuck, you know, and I had to figure things out. So from there, I just figured everything out, learned how to, you know, repair my credit. I started learning the consumer laws. I started learning all kinds of strategies to repair credit. And then 6 months, 7 months, about 7 or 8, 9 months later, that's when everything was able to kick, everything removed off the profile. Once everything removed, I went out, got funding, about $60,000 in personal credit, bought a brand new car that same week. So everything was all like strategically.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I know people who have bad credit, and like they just sit there and they don't try to sit and learn the information. Like,
that's true. I've seen a lot of people that do that too.
It's people that they can't get apartments, they can't do certain things, and they're not even gonna sit down and try to figure out the solution to these problems. So the fact you did that, you sat down, you learned the information, and within like how many months? Like 7?
It was about 7 months. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I was reading books, I was watching YouTube videos, I was on Clubhouse Lives, I was studying, like literally studying. Like, it was to a point where I knew every single law for every single problem. So like, for example, late payments. I understood, you know, there's a specific law for late payments. I understood there's a specific set of laws for collections. Yeah. There's certain laws that you can use to actually remove, you know, bankruptcies, and there's a step-by-step process on how to do all of that stuff.
Jeez. So how did you get the collection from Verizon? Or like,
honestly, bro, I did so much things. Like, I was just trying shit. Like, I was really just trying shit. And that's when I was able to, like, I tried so many things. I done tried consumer laws. I done tried, you know, factory disputing, FTC, like all kinds of ways to remove things. Like, and then it was just one day where I just refreshed the report and it was like, yes, it's off.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was surrounded around people that were, they were growing their credit business. They were, you know, more in depth with the credit field. And I was so excited because at that time, like, the Apple Card was a hot play. You know, people were getting the Apple Card with no inquiry and things like that. And I was so itching to get an Apple credit card, the Platinum credit card, you know, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, slow down, Grasshopper. Like, slow down. You know, the stuff is going to be there when you're ready for it. I'm like, nah, it's not going to be there. I'm like, let me just listen to these people, you know? And then from there, it was just up, bro. But that was really the journey. And then it was just been an ongoing journey ever since.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a journey, bro. Like, literally, you just took us from the start all the way to, like, when you started fixing your own credit.
Yeah.
Got a new car, and you did all of those things. So just to tell you, like, yo, it's possible. If you sit down and you go after and you try to get the information, you can really do these things. So how has credit, like, really fired you up? Like, what's some cool things that you've been doing with credit?
Cool things. Well, last year I traveled a lot. Like, a lot of times when I travel nowadays, I don't travel, you know, I don't pay for any trips. So most of my trips are usually like either paid from like credit card points, rewards points, or, you know, some kind of way or method that I'm actually, you know, maneuvering when it comes to using these credit cards. So like, for example, like my top 2 credit cards when it comes to travel will be the Chase Sapphire Preferred and also the actually 3 top credit cards. American Express, Blue Business Plus, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, that's a personal credit card, and also the American Express Platinum credit card. So like every time that you're swiping on these cards, like, you know, sometimes when you might go to dinner, you can use those cards. You know, they have a sign-on bonus. When you sign up, they'll give you 100,000 points. That's how I was able to start using those points, and I will, you know, smart and strategically plan out these trips. Yeah. So like, I will book a trip like 2-3 days out, all right, cool. You know, we going to Atlanta, we going to Vegas, we going here, we going there, you know? So it was like, that's my favorite part about credit, bro. Like the travel perks.
Hey, so I know you're watching the episode and you're probably enjoying it by now, and you're probably an entrepreneur, a business owner, or even somebody that's looking to level up and have some motion and success. So listen, I understand there's one thing that a lot of people have in common that usually stops them from growing, and that's having bad credit. So now, instead of paying credit repair companies $1,500, $1,200, $1,000 to get your credit fixed and not even see any, the results that you want to see, what I went ahead and did was created a system that you can literally go out and repair your own credit. With less than 15 minutes of work, you can literally start sending out your dispute letters by tonight. I don't care what time you're watching this episode. You can send out your letters tonight and get the ball rolling. Listen, go to metrotubemagnate.com. That's METRO, the number 2, MAGNATE.com, metrotubemagnate.com, and I will see you guys on the inside. Get back to the episode. Keep on enjoying. Like, comment, and subscribe for more motion and success, y'all. See you guys on the inside.
That's dope. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I grew up, though. Like, when I grew up on learning credit, everybody's like, yo, you only use your credit card for, like, like, buy gas, and you kind of, like, I just grew up learning, like, yo, credit card.
Me too.
Is a negative thing. Like, yo, you gonna mess up your credit. Like, even for little purchases, they're like, yo, you gonna get carried away. You're not gonna be too responsible with it. Mm-hmm. So, damn, like, once I even learned myself too, like, yo, I think I got the card you mentioned, the Chase Sapphire Preferred.
Yep.
Started using that card. Got the sign up bonus.
See,
and then like, yep. And then I used that to get my MacBook. Yep. I literally got a free MacBook for spending money with Chase. So I'm like, damn, like, yo, why did they
crazy,
like, yo, this is a bad thing. Like, yo, why did they say credit cards is really bad? So I'm like, damn. But like, what other what credit cards would you say is good for like it's really worth it? Because a lot of them got the annual fees. A lot of people are looking at like, yo, I ain't spending $350 a month.
Yeah,
a year for like this credit card. Like,
that's true. Because now it kind of all goes back to your lifestyle. Like, especially like if you're a business owner, bro, like you're always traveling, doing things.
Yeah,
it'll be worth it because now like some of these credit cards would pay for itself. It's not that it's just $700 or $300 or $90 or something like that every year, but it comes with other things. Like, for example, the Platinum, you'll be able to get like Clear, TSA pre-check. You get Uber credit, $200 for the year. It splits up like $15 a month. You can either use that you can use that for Uber, and then they also have like Audible streaming services, Disney Plus. But me, I use it for Audible, listening to books. So it adds up, to be honest, you know what I mean? And plus it gives you that perk, that status, like it gives you that status when you walk in the airport. But honestly and truly, bro, like the Platinum is really a shitty card. And the reason
wow.
it is.
People flex that card OD. Like,
and that's the crazy
thing
about it
on the table, like, yo, I got a Platinum. Like, they just be flexing it. Like, why is it?
Here's why it's a shitty card, bro. Because most times, like, when you're spending, and you'll see guys just throwing it out. Like, I've seen dudes on Instagram, they just throw out the Platinum. I'm like, yo, bro, that's the most stupidest card that you can use for that situation. Because reason why we're using the Platinum, bro, like, it only gives you 1x return. So, like, you only give me 1 for 1. So, like, if I spend $1, I'm getting 1 point back.
Wow.
So now there's other credit cards that you can use instead, right? So now if you were to be traveling, you book a trip, you buy a rental for vacation, that is the best card because now it's going to give you like 5x return. So like $1, every dollar that you spend, it'll give you 5 points back in return. So now you can redeem those points for travel. So now when you see guys going to the restaurant, slamming that joint down, you're not really benefiting that much.
I was like, yo, it's just a flex.
It is.
I'm saying here before. Now, I'm not going to lie. I looked at it like a status.
It is, though.
Before I even knew about credit, I was like, yo, like, damn, he got a Platinum. He got money, But now you're saying here, you telling me, like, yo, you only get one point for every dollar you spend. Yo, and y'all be dropping these cards down? Nah, so.
Exactly.
What card would you say that's a good card for, like, dining? Like, let's say I want to go to a restaurant and, like, yo, I really want to get these points back.
You can definitely use so now there's like a few credit cards. You can either use like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I think they give like 3x for every dollar spent in restaurants and stuff like that. Also you can also use what's that other 2x card? You can use the Apple credit card. When you do tap to pay, they give you 2% back. So that's, that adds up. And one more, I think the Amex Gold. The Amex Gold is another credit card that you can use for restaurants. So it'll give you like a better return compared to using the Platinum,
Damn, so the Gold is better than the Platinum, bro?
In certain situations. Yeah.
Damn. Now that's crazy, yo. So
the credit is definitely a crazy game, bro.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of perks. It comes with a lot of perks. That's why I really wanted to dive deep into this conversation today, because I'm like, yo, Cody knows so much about credit. Like, I do hit you up here and there for advice, but
yeah.
Yo, let's sit down, let's talk about this, and let's share with the audience. So, like, how has, did you end up, repairing other people's credit? Like, what's some cool things that you learned from repairing other people's credit?
So from there, remember I told you guys I messed up my credit, and then from there, what happened was the fact that I repaired my credit, I understand that other people needed help, because at the end of the day, people need cars, they need jobs, they need funding for their business, they need, just good credit overall to live. You know what I mean? If you want to live a decent life, you have to have good credit most of the times, or it would cost you much more. So what I realized was, I'm like, shit, like everybody has bad credit, what are they gonna do? What are you gonna do to actually get this thing off your report? Most times they'll go to, Google, they'll type in, credit repair letter, and then they'll see a bunch of letters just pop up. You see a bunch of letters pop up. It says, just remove your name here, put your name there, put the account number here, put the account number there. But the problem is when you're doing those kind of things is, you're copy and pasting other people's, problems. Mm-hmm. Your problem might be you have bankruptcies, charge-offs, repossessions, but the letter that you're writing is not for that issue. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's a problem, because a lot of times people just pick up the Google, they go to, type in a sample letter, just, put your information in, and then boom, you send it off, and you wonder why things are not working, So I started realizing, after learning all this stuff, I'm like, people would dead ass pay me for this.
Yeah.
People would really, really pay me for this stuff. And from there, I just started charging, I went ahead and partnered up with someone. We built out a credit repair business, and we just grown from there. We had dozens of clients, bro. I had a client, he was about to be a client. He's an attorney, nurses, all kinds of clients, you know what I mean? Flight attendants, teachers, all types of clients, bro. Jeez. All different types of
Now,
clients.
that's the thing, especially in our community, we got a lot of people who are struggling with credit. We're really, 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 really struggling with credit. So you always gonna have, customers, and your business always gonna do well. But what is what's the headache though? You had with working with people? Because I know a lot of people, a lot of these credit customers don't be playing. They want to see results now. They want to see results the next month.
The headache is the clients. For real, bro. The headache is the client itself, because you gotta remember, these are people that they see you online, they see you might be posting your results and everything like that. And they might need, their credit repaired in a certain amount of time. And the problem is you can't really guarantee a certain time, because, when you're sending out letters to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they have their own timing that they're going to respond. And there's no telling how they're going to respond. It's kind of if you got you and your brother, you'd be like, yo, go ask mom for $20. You don't know what she gonna say. You send him, and you don't know what she gonna say. So it's all right, cool. The only way you're gonna know is when he come back and he tell you. They say, they tell you all right, cool, you're not removing those things off the profile. Now you got to do it all over again. Yo, go tell her we need it for a trip. And they be like, oh, fuck, shit. Are you walking in there like this? So it's kind of like that. And until you actually get it removed. But the problem is people don't have the patience,
That's the thing, patience, bro.
Yeah.
Because I already know, it's definitely timely. And it's you got to really be patient. And you got to make sure you got your documents and everything in order, letters and everything in place.
Exactly.
That's crazy. But I see now you're kind of like on another level now. Now you're kind of dealing with AI. Like you're on the AI wave with the credit repair. So how's that been going? Like, I know that's making your life easier.
Yeah, bro. So when it comes to AI and using credit repair, like I realize like clients are the hardest to deal with, especially if you're dealing with somebody else's credit and you can't really like 100% guarantee that it's going to happen. I'm like, all right, cool. I'd rather teach you how to do this. You know, I done had so much results. I done helped so much people remove, negative stuff off their report. Why not just show you how to do this? You know what I mean? Like, show you exactly what I'm doing so that way you can go out and do it for yourself. So that's what I went ahead and did. The system that I was using, I was able to have that opportunity granted to create my own and now show people how to go out and use Metro 2 AI to repair their own credit. So
that's fire. Yeah. That's fire. So it's not like no more of that messy like back in the day. Like you gotta lick the envelopes. You got
exactly.
You're over here losing papers all over the place, and then
exactly
clients calling your phone like. So now they can literally fix their credit by themselves.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, bro, what I realized was like, when it comes to dealing with clients, like with me, bro, like I had to learn, like I had to go through the mess ups, all of those, the trials and tribulations. Oh yeah, I put this in the letter. They gonna delete it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, refresh your credit report. That thing is still there. Or, I'm dealing with somebody else's credit. I'm like, all right, cool. This gonna be that letter. Still nothing, And then I realized, I'm like, all right, cool. How can I actually start scaling this? Like, imagine if I had like 100 clients or, 90 clients. I can't physically write a letter for every single person, so I wanted to start learning how can I scale. So like when I started the credit business, like I started with the end in mind. I'm like, I want to be able to document all this stuff, everything that I did from like point A to point B, so that way I can show somebody. So like I started with the end in mind. Like me and my business partner, we was like, yo, we gonna do this for about a year, and then we gonna come back, and then we gonna teach the people, charge them $10,000. Boom, we got $1 million business. Boom, So I just went ahead and documented the entire process, and now it's just about showing people how to do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, the future is really here. Now we got AI,
exactly,
helping you to fix credit, making your life easier.
Yeah,
nah, that's crazy.
Cause you gotta even think about it too. Like when it comes to like everything else people are trying, the reason why it's not working is because like when you send in anything to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, there's not a person that's reading these letters. Right? There's not a person that's going to open up these letters. They're not going to sit there and read these letters. Like it's an actual person they will open the letter and they'll feed it right through a machine.
Whoa. So computers over here reading those reports?
Yes. Because you got to think about it. There's millions of people in the United States that has a credit report. There's another set of millions of people that has bad credit. So now if everybody has bad credit and everybody wants to repair their credit, and they're like, yo, the only way to actually, repair your credit is by sending out dispute letters. Now you got to think, we got people, sending letters from New York, from California, from Washington, D.C., from Florida, from Texas. Like you got letters coming in from all over the place. There's not a physical person that can actually sit there and be like, her cat died. She had a death in the family. Like there's not a person that can sit there and read them. So like what happens is Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they have a system in place where they will open up the letters, feed it through a machine, and it will go ahead and read out the dispute letters. So the thing about these letters that is reading Metro 2 letters. So now once it start reading these Metro 2 letters, it's like, all right, cool. We're looking for things on the letter to say that it follows Metro 2 compliance and like, the fair, not do you know, but like the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is basically a set of laws that, consumers and credit reporting agencies have to follow. So now it's reading for all of those things inside the letter, and then it will make its own judgment by then.
Jeez, wait. So
also, it's kind of like this too. It's kind of like to make it make sense. It's kind of like let's say I walk up to you and I speak French and you speak English. If I'm talking, you be like, yo, how do I get from, New York down to DC? You're not going to know what I'm saying. You know, so it's the same thing. So like if you're not writing these letters in Metro 2 compliance standards, then it's not going to be able to understand it. So that's why that's why everything that everybody's trying, like the consumer laws, yes, consumer laws work, but it's not really writing it in Metro 2 compliance. Like there's not a person reading these letters.
That's why most people's letters, like they kind of just get sent back, or they kind of like it gets denied, or it's not a tool because they're not speaking that language. That computer. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. So could you just give people like a breakdown, like what is Metro 2? Like what is Metro 2 like?
So what Metro 2 is basically like a compliance standard that Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, and Innovis, those are like the credit bureaus.
Yeah.
They created this standard like saying, hey, listen, in order for you to actually have disputes read and actually make deletions, they have to follow this one standard of actually reporting certain things on the report. So now if it doesn't follow these standards, like, all right, cool, I'm telling you, Ayo, if I don't, you know, show up to do this podcast, like, just fire me, bro, or just, you know, just take it out my check. It's kind of like that, you know, like if they don't follow these standards, then they must remove certain things off the profile. So now your job is to go out and find the errors where they're not being compliant. And now when you start listing out these errors where they're not compliant, that's when they start saying, all right, cool, we're going to delete this off the report. Because it's written in Metro 2 compliant standard.
Yo, that's fucking fire, bro.
Yeah.
Cause
that's how it is.
Yeah, because now it's like, yo, it's kind of like, yo, you got a computer talking to a computer who speaks the same computer.
Exactly.
Yep. All you got to do is find in your credit report where like, oh, damn.
Exactly. So now,
that's some
like,
futuristic shit.
The crazy thing is, like, when I first started hearing about this Metro 2 stuff, I'm like, yo, this don't make no sense. Like, it just don't make no sense, because reason why it don't make any sense is because, like, I'm learning consumer laws. Like, this is what the law says. You know, this is what it says, word for word. And then you're writing all these letters, citing all these laws, and you thinking it's going to work, but got to remember, there's not an actual person reading these letters. If it was an actual person reading these letters, making a right judgment, then you would have some kind of say so, you know. And then people be like, oh, we go, yo, put in the letter, you know, threaten that you're litigating, you know. People will be like, put in the letter, say that you filed a lawsuit, but you got to remember, like, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they got freaking attorneys on staff.
Damn.
Like, they got top attorneys on staff just ready to pay them for anything. So you talking about you gonna send these people to court? Like, all right, do you, bruh? You know, like, do you? Yeah. So it's kind of like that. So like that's why I like the Metro 2 game.
Jeez. Nah, now you got me thinking I'm about to sit here and create my own credit business using AI. Like, yo, shit. And I know it's probably super easy to use too.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to show me how to use that, bro, one day. Yeah. But yo, we gonna jump into the business credit side. Mm-hmm.